viewers, welcome back. Did a controversy that began in Nigeria just take an unexpected turn into Washington? A United States-based policy and government affairs firm claim they have already briefed senior members of President Donald Trump's administration over allegations surrounding Nigeria's controversial Presidential Foreign Intervention Promotion Council, known as PFIPC. Even more striking, the firm said they will not take the matter to the U.S. Congress, calling for investigations by multiple American government agencies. The development has sparked fresh attention to a scandal that has already generated heated debate in Nigeria. At the center of the controversy is Adeniyi Adeyemi Matthew, the man who presented himself as the Director General of the PFIPC, an entity that was later publicly disowned by the Nigerian presidency. The presidency stated that the council was not an authorized government agency, leading to widespread questions about how it emerged and whether public funds were involved. Now, the issue has crossed international borders. According to Von Batten Montague, a US-based policy and government affairs firm, their officials have held discussions with Adeyemi and believe the allegations he raised deserve serious attention from American authorities. The firm says the claims involve the alleged misuse of funds linked to World Bank-supported projects, allegations that remained unproven and have not been established in court. In a statement posted on X, Dr. Von Batten, who heads the firm, said he personally spoke with Adeyemi and found him to be sincere and credible. According to the statement, the conversation convinced the firm that the allegations should be examined by several U.S. institutions, including the U.S. Congress, the State Department, the U.S. Treasury Department, the Government Accountability Office, and other relevant agencies. The firm also claimed that before making their public statement, they had already briefed senior members of President Donald Trump's political team over the allegations. According to Dr. Von Batten, additional briefings for members of the U.S. Congress are expected to follow as part of an effort to encourage formal investigations into the claims. The allegations center on the reported handling of funds connected to Nigeria's national budget. According to the firm's statement, Adeyemi alleged that World Bank-supported financing formed part of the agency's funding and claimed there had been irregularities involving senior Nigerian government officials. These are allegations made by Adeyemi and repeated by the U.S. firm. They have not been independently verified, and no U.S. authority has announced an investigation or reached any findings. The controversy surrounding the PFIPC first emerged after the Nigerian presidency publicly distanced itself from the organization. Officials stated that the council did not exist as an authorized federal agency, raising questions about how it came to be associated with government activities. The matter became even more controversial after reports linked the council to disputed budget allocations and alleged insertions into the national budget. Despite the presidency's position, Adeyemi has continued to insist that his appointment was genuine. According to the latest statement issued by the U.S. firm, Adeyemi claimed he was appointed through the office of the Chief of Staff to the President, Femi Gbajamila, to head what he described as a presidency agency. These claims have been made by Adeyemi and have not been independently confirmed by the presidency. The statement also quoted Adeyemi as alleging that office accommodation was allocated to the agency within government premises, that bank accounts were opened through the Central Bank of Nigeria, and that the agency received funding through Nigeria's national budget. These claims remain disputed and have not been established through any official investigation. One of the most serious allegations repeated by the U.S. firm concerns Adeyemi's claim that the president's chief of staff demanded a percentage of the agency's budget allocation. According to the statement, Adeyemi alleged that after refusing the request, he became the target of retaliation and that the agency was subsequently described as fraudulent or fake. These are allegations made by Adeyemi. There has been no judicial finding establishing their truth, and those accusations have not been found liable by any court. The U.S. firm also expressed concerns about Adeyemi's personal safety. According to Dr. Van Barton, Adeyemi claimed that he and his family members have received threats that he was currently in hiding because he feared for their security. The firm further stated that it is prepared to assist him should he decide to seek asylum and whistleblower protection in the United States. In a strongly worded statement, the firm warned that if any harm came to Adeyemi while he was prepared to cooperate with the U.S. authorities, they would call for further investigations. The statement specifically addressed President Bola Tinubu and his chief of staff. Those remarks represent the position of the U.S. firm and are not statements issued by any official U.S. government agency. The firm also argued that because the United States is the largest stakeholder in the World Bank Group, any credible allegations involving World Bank-supported funding would naturally attract the interest of American authorities. However, at the time of this report, neither the U.S. Congress nor any U.S. government agency has publicly announced the opening of a formal investigation into the allegations. Meanwhile, the controversy has continued to develop in Nigeria. Earlier, Adeyemi wrote an open letter to President Bola Tinubu welcoming the president's directive that the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, known as ICPC, investigate the PFIPC controversy. In the letter, however, Adeyemi argued that the investigation should be expanded into what he described as an independent, multi-stakeholder inquiry to ensure transparency and public confidence. Adeyemi maintained that he was not attempting to evade accountability, but wanted what he described as a fair and impartial investigation into the allegations. He argued that the existing investigative process faced structural challenges that could make it difficult to achieve complete public confidence in the outcome. The controversy now presents legal, political, and international dimensions. On one hand, the Nigerian government has already denied the legitimacy of the PFIPC. On the other hand, the U.S. policy firm says the allegations deserve attention from American institutions because of the allegation connected to World Bank-supported funding. At this stage, however, it is important to note that the allegations remain contested, and no court or investigative authority has denied that any wrongdoing occurred. Whether the matter develops into a formal international investigation remains to be seen. For now, what is certain is that a controversy that began with questions about a disputed Nigerian government agency has now attracted attention far beyond Nigeria's borders, placing it under the spotlight of international observers, while both governments and investigators continue to determine the facts. For more updates and in-depth analysis, stay with us on News Express. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I am Cassie Tony, and a beautiful day to you.